CCTV cameras are getting nerfed inside monuments. Halloween has been delayed until tomorrow and will last until November 7th. It looks like there's some new teas coming soon, and all of the old cliffs are getting removed on Force Wipe, and the monuments cliffs are getting replaced, and a whole bunch of other stuff that we'll be covering. The CCTV cameras inside monuments can now be shot, and then they will be disabled, but you'll still be able to hear the audio coming through them, which also now includes player voice chat. You'll be able to hear players through the CCTV camera if they're talking in-game. You won't be able to disable player deployed cameras, but you'll still be able to hear player voices through them. There will be a static effect around the cameras inside monuments if they're disabled that you can visually see, and this will last for 5 minutes, which also includes a convar that server admins can change if you want it to be shorter or longer. So now's a good time to go memorize where all these cameras are located. Some of them are especially important, like the ones outside of the missile silo. Halloween has been delayed until tomorrow and will go until November 7th. It was because the dungeons were lagging, which has now been fixed. The candies were spawning underneath the new cliff formations, which has also been fixed. And then the new physics has been applied to the Ghost Cape and the Dracula Cape, which there's still some issues with them, like the legs showing through the front of the Ghost Cape, but you know, it's better than it was before. There's some temperature teas coming soon to warm you up or cool you down, which could be especially useful for roaming full metal kit while you're wet in the snow biome, for example. The Distinguished Pikachu is added again with some very complicated things that he's been working on for the past few months. The most important thing that I've seen so far is some optimizations to trees, as well as optimizations to the loading times of things that render while you're moving into them. For example, you see Train Yard right here is unloaded, and once we move towards it, it starts to load in. This is also something that is being heavily worked on in the background. Siege weapons are still very much underway. There's just nothing that I can show you guys yet. Shields are still also getting their artwork set up in game, as well as their damage mitigation being tested. And then there's whatever this is going on. What I think it is era tags being associated to the DLC. So you'll have the Frontier, you'll have the Medieval, which is coming soon. It also looks like there's some tags being associated with Workbench 0 to Workbench 3. And then something going on with the crafting menu. Maybe we'll finally be able to disable items that you can't craft as admins on our own servers. We'll have to wait and see once we get more information on this once it's fully released. When you press F7 and go to report a player, you'll be able to copy their SteamID directly in-game now, which makes it easier for you to report them to admins. And finally, you'll be able to see from very, very far away if a mining quarry has been activated. And after I zoom out, you can see just how far away we actually are. This used to be only around 100 meters, so now you're gonna have to be much more careful when using these mining quarries. The Tier 1 SMG is getting set up in-game, so we might be seeing this in the next month or two. And something called the IO research table is underway. My assumption is that this is going to be a storage adapter port that you can attach to a research table so that you can automate the process of researching blueprints. We're gonna have to wait to get some more information on that to confirm it for sure though. The cliffs inside monuments are getting replaced and it has been merged to the staging branch. And don't forget, if you're a map creator, that all of the old cliffs are getting removed this next Force Wipe. Soon you'll be able to see when your friends are loading into a server through the rich presents when you go to see them in the friends list on Steam. And we've got a whole bunch of information on these snakes now. So it looks like there's going to be some snakes roaming around and they will be able to detect when you get near them. They will face towards you and then lunge at you. And it looks like you'll have some sort of minigame to where you'll be able to dodge these attacks. And if you don't, you'll be dealt some damage. So it looks like we're going to have some more danger out there in the environment. Be careful out in those swamps. There is a bunch of stuff still going on with the new wolves. Besides looking extremely menacing when they're sneaking up on you, there's been some new animations added. They'll scratch their ears and they'll lay down instead of just standing still, which brings more life to the environment around you. There was a whole ton of stuff this past week merged to the main staging branch for the copy-paste commands, which allows you to copy a base in-game and paste it and save it, as well as load it into other servers. Keep in mind that at the current moment, it's not working too well and it might crash you and your server, so be careful if you're testing it on the staging branch. Basically, you'll be setting a position 1 and a position 2 to create a square around the base. You'll also be able to copy a radius and a bunch of other tools. If you type find copy paste in the F1 console, you'll be able to see a list of all the commands. There was also 2 commands added, one being upgrade looking at, followed by a number 0 to 4, which allows you to upgrade the entire base that you're looking at, and then another one called skin looking, followed by the name of the skin that you would like to change the base to. And that's all I got for you guys today. We're about to hit 10 million views very, very soon. Thank you all so much for subscribing and watching. It's been a crazy year. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, leave a dislike if you didn't, and I'll catch you in the next one.